Dear students, here I will explain what is framing in film. In very simple terms, frame in film means what the camera captures within its rectangular box. For example, imagine that you want to shoot two persons talking to each other in their sitting room. Then we place a camera in front of them and look through the camera lens. Whatever we see through the lens is what the frame. The director decides how those persons have to be presented on the screen. And the cinematographer or director of photography will be placing the camera in such a position so that it can capture the desired effect. A frame can be of persons, objects, or a scene. A frame can be both static and moving. I will tell you an example for a frame in which there is a depiction of a moving scene. Imagine that you are watching a scene in a film that captures a college corridor. First, we may see only the college corridor. The next moment what we see is a student passing through the corridor. In the very next moment we see a teacher passing through the corridor, and the manager is walking through the college corridor and calls the teacher, and the teacher turns back and looks at him. So, how is the frame getting represented here? The frame is the same, that of the college corridor, but we see the movement of scene within that same frame. This is how the movement of a scene is depicted through a single frame. Now, you may watch a video and try to number the different frames arranged in a sequential order. It is just to make you acquainted with the variety of frames created through positioning the camera in different ways.
എന്നിട്ട് എവിടെ എത്തി പെണ്ണന്വേഷണം?
ഒന്നും അങ്ങടെ ആയിട്ടില്ല. അവൻ പോണേന് മുമ്പ് പറഞ്ഞു ഉറപ്പിച്ചു വെച്ചാ മതിയായിരുന്നു.
ഒരാള് നല്ലപ്പം ഗുരുവായൂരപ്പനെ തൊഴാൻ പോയത് ദേ ഇങ്ങനെയായി.
എന്റെ ഈശ്വര.
Now I will explain 3 terms related to framing. They are close-up shot, medium shot, and long shot. When the director sets a frame, he decides what is the principal objects to be projected. For example, if he is shooting a person in his sitting room reading a paper, he decides if he has to project the person or the room or the newspaper, and he will be positioning the camera accordingly. If he wants to make a full view of the room, including the calendar, the almirah, the fan, the furniture, etc., he will be taking a long shot of the room. Again, in the next frame, if he wanted to give more focus to the person sitting reading the newspaper, he will set the camera to medium level, excluding all the details of the room and focusing on the person himself. In this case also, we can see a little bit of the room, for example, the furniture where the person sits, and a little bit of the surroundings too. This is the medium shot. Again, in the next frame, if the director prefers to capture the emotions on the face of the character, he will set a close-up shot so that he can get the face of the character above the neck. Here are some examples for the long shots in film. Here are some examples for the medium shots in film. Here we see some examples for the close-up shots in film. We also have extreme close-up shots. In extreme close-ups, particular features will be projected. For example, the emotions in the eyes. Please see here the examples for the extreme close-ups too. Thank you.